What has been an exciting playoff has constantly been struck by, whether it be things from the refs, bad calls from the ref, injuries, players getting suspended. But we have another injury that is going to affect one of the most exciting series of this year's playoffs, and that is the Warriors and Kings. We're going to talk about it right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
And whoa, hold on, pause. Breaking news. This just came down as I was actually editing this video. So the rest of this video, we'll talk about the De'Aaron Fox situation, but we just got a suspension going down in the playoffs. We'll read this directly. Atlanta Hawks guard DeJounte Murray has been suspended 1 game without pay for making inappropriate contact and verbally abusing a game official. It was announced today by Joe Dumars, Executive Vice President, Head of Basketball Operations. So listen, another series that is going to be affected by things other than just playing the games on the basketball court, right? And this is not to say that DeJounte Murray shouldn't have been suspended. If the NBA did their investigation, they found something, cool. And this is a kind of just a Haize thing, and aside from Haize, and just kind of my personal opinions, it's fine to affect players, to fine players, whatever you're going to end up doing. But at some point, when are the refs also going to be held accountable? I think when you look at the frustration with players, with refs over the course of this season, a lot could be said about just how the refs officiating has been across the board this season. We got refs that are suspending players just for showing emotion. And again, I'm not saying that was the case in this situation. I want to be clear here. I'm not overlooking the fact that this was a completely different situation. But at the same time, if you're going to punish these players, we also need a more transparent thing on how refs are punished for the missed calls, for suspending players when you look back and it was really just the ref kind of wanting to be the story there. Something needs to be done about this. Now, again, I don't want to, that's a story for another day, but DeJounte Murray is going to miss the next game, and a game that's important right now. Boston leads that series 3-1, and not to say that the Hawks really had a chance to come back. I think everybody expected the Hawks to be eliminated in this series anyway, but, it sucks, and hopefully this teaches him, and he takes away from this and learns how you can affect and impact your team if you let your emotions get out of control, right? And so, hey, I just wanted to bring that breaking news down. We're going to go ahead and get into the rest of the video now. All right, basketball fans, welcome to another episode of NBA Central. You can follow me right off the top at CEO Haize. You can also follow the show at NBA Central Pod, but let's get into it. De'Aaron Fox is now listed as doubtful after fracturing part of his finger. He's doubtful for Game 5. Apparently, he actually may have suffered this injury even earlier than we expected, but we know the Kings right now, right? They go back home to Sacramento. They've already lost the last 2 games in Golden State back-to-back. And De'Aaron Fox is averaging 31.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists through the first 4 games of this playoff series. This is one of the more exciting series, as I said, in this year's playoffs, and it's one that has really kind of a passing of the torch type of thing. Like, yeah, do we look at the Sacramento Kings as a championship contender right now? No. Should we? No. You got to prove that, right? And one of the things that, even when the Kings initially went up 2-0 on the Golden State Warriors, most fans of basketball, especially those who watched these Warriors over the last decade, knew, hey, you got to win at least one in Golden State before we can really say that this is over with, right? And right now, the Golden State Warriors, they're 2-2 with the Kings. I would right now trust the Golden State Warriors to be able to win a game in Sacramento more than I would the Kings being able to win a game at Golden State. And this very well still may go a series that goes 7 games. And I think if it does, more power to basketball, right? But it sucks that a series that has been so entertaining, a series that has been, back and forth, at least when the teams are at home, to possibly go into Game 5 in what could be a really momentum swinging game if the Warriors can win this before heading back to Golden State. If they do that, hey, listen, it could really drastically change the outlook and, like I said, the momentum overall of this series. And hopefully De'Aaron Fox can go, especially when you hear that, he may have been dealing with this injury longer than what we expect, actually for a couple of games now. And the fact that, he still has been able to score and went out and did it. Hey, if he can suffer through that pain, I'm sure that's one of the things De'Aaron Fox is looking at is, can he suffer through to go ahead and pull it out? But with that being said, we've also had injuries all up and down these series. When you look at the Bucks series also being affected in one, it looks like Giannis will play in Game 4, things like that. So, you do not want to see a series, especially one that's fun and one that's back and forth, to really be that affected when it comes to injuries. But injuries are part of the game, right? That's not really anything that you can avoid. That's one thing that you don't really have control over. And, hopefully we see these series really come. We got 2 exciting series going down tonight, and that is Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks facing the Miami Heat. Right now, Miami leads that series up 2-1. We also have the Memphis Grizzlies and Los Angeles Lakers, with the Lakers up 2-1 in that series as well. And you don't want to just you want to try to avoid these series being affected by much things other than what happens on the court, right? And so let's hope that we continue. We're going to get, like I said, exciting games tonight, but you guys can let me know, how big do you think it's going to be if De'Aaron Fox does miss this game against the next game, Game 5 against the Golden State Warriors? Let me know what you guys think on that one down below. But that is it for me for today. As I say, you can follow the show at NBA Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central Show at gmail.com. And then lastly, text messages, voicemails for mailback episodes, 773-270-2799. We are soon to be the #1 spot for everything basketball related. And I see you guys next time I feel like making a video. Probably tomorrow. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.